I did see his video where he snatched the motor and the front end out from under this Fiero. No biggie, not that hard to do. This, however, kind of interesting. Not exactly sure what he's got going on here. Ooh. I know that's probably not his finished product, but that's awful doggone close. You gotta take the motor out just to change the stinking belts like that. Wow. It'll be a little hoss though. I'm thinking he's probably gonna wind up doing like in a way like he did with the golf cart, and have the motor sit, or the bed sit up above the engine. I don't know, I'm guessing they're gone, or I'd be in here asking him. Nothing wrong with the frame rails being where they are, except for this one. I really think he needs to redo that. It's kind of crazy. Anytime you need to do any work on the, say, the timing belt or the water pump, or of course, good thing is water pump's right here. Now, I've got most of this stuff over at the house: the exhaust manifold, the carburetor or throttle body. I think I got a head over there, if I remember right. Got a few things over there anyway. Of course, one thing I see that's missing, he probably just hasn't taken out yet, is the fuel tank. Fuel tank in that car is right there, right down the center. The heater hoses are right there, right down the center. The lower radiator hose is squashed right there. Runs right down the outside of the car. Upper radiator hose right there. Also, that one don't look like it's smashed. It runs down that side of the car. And these two tubes right here are for the AC condenser core. That's how you plug in that big grommet right there. That's where you plug into the interior of the car for the computer. He's done a good job of getting this thing. He made mention in his video about this being cut open. That's actually common, because more times than not, most of these cars, for some strange reason, ended up north. More times than not, they have to cut this little square out. Of course, I've seen them cut the whole side out to take that rear engine cradle bolt out. And if he hadn't have gutted this thing already, I'd have shown y'all how I fold my big butt up to get inside one of these things. It is rather humorous, but it can be done. I used to do it all the time with ours. I had 3 of these things. See how the wider the roof is on this car? Now look at how much sunroof is up there. Because almost all the way to the edge, you got like 2 inches on either side from it going all the way from one side to the other. Seems like to me they could have just put a little more effort into it and made that a targa top. Some people have. And those are some rather neat Fieros. Now, these headlights, of course, these are on little spring doors. And if these motors are any good, there's several applications that these motors are good for. And there's your radiator up front here, and the condenser core for the air conditioner is right in front of it. There's your coolant tank, your windshield washer fluid tank over there, and your AC condenser right there, and your donut spare tire. We went out to get this thing. The old guy looked at me like he didn't think I'd be able to figure out how to pop the hood on this. For any of you that don't know, that might wind up being interested in one of these cars, I'll show you where the hood release is for this thing. Now this one's a all electric car, or power car. Power door locks, power windows, which, well, there they are. Your door or your hood release is right up underneath this. That's that lever right there. Pull it down and it pops that. Odd place for the emergency brake, right there by the seat that you gotta fold up to get in by. This one's kind of rusted anyway from what Mr. MacGyver was saying. There's the computer that's supposed to be mounted right there. I love these little cars though. Especially the 84, because of the fact that it's got speakers in the headrest. Now this car overall was kind of clean for as old as it is, but it did have a few little issues, like that bolster right there that's rubbed off. And the speakers are designed to where they also come through the back side of the seat here. The sound does on each one of them. They don't have speakers in panels in the back of the car on this year model. 84 is the year they put them in the seat headrest. And right there in the dash. There's a 4x6 in the dash and 2 4-inch in each one of the headrests on the seat. And like I said, as far as the Fieros go, this one's actually had a newer interior put in it, a complete newer interior. The way I can tell is it's clean. It's not rotten all to pieces. You don't have warped plastic hanging everywhere, or it didn't when he started on it. Here's the SE. It's also the 2M4, which means it's the Iron Duke SE. I believe we went over some of this, so I'm trying not to recap everything. I kind of see what he's doing here, but I'm not sure how he's going to join all this up. He's come a long way compared to what I thought he would have already. Be neat if he threw a pan down on this and tried to make it amphibious. Amphibious 4-cylinder. And again, he's getting good use out of my welder. Don't care. That's what it's here for. Now the fun part's going to be, he was talking about taking these body panels off and selling them. I thought he was just going to take the body panels and say the glass off of it and build this back piece out into like a dump bed or something, which would have been fine, and I've seen that done before. But he wouldn't have the wheel clearance or the travel to drive it around the yard like a yard cart like he's wanting to. This is even more scrunched up version than the actual car itself, which I think is going to be kind of neat once he's done with it. Like I said, he wasn't here to talk to about it, so I can't get any of the particulars or any of the this is what he's going to do or this is what's happening. But he's actually coming a lot farther with it than I figured he would be at this point. Another update before I get all gung-ho and turned around and everything else. It's a program, an app that a friend of mine that I used to work with as a senior technical support at Dell sent me. It's called Quit Now. They've got a pro version and just a free download version. Of course, he offered me the pro. I quit February 25th. I haven't smoked for 41 days. 6 hours, 23 minutes, and 49 seconds. I didn't have the seconds, so I put it to the nearest minute. You put your information in here and it tells you what you saved time-wise, how many cigarettes you haven't smoked in a day, how many days it's been. See, 1,444 cigarettes that I've not smoked up to this point from January 25th. $418.76 worth of money that I didn't spend on cigarettes. 6 days, 24 minutes that I saved not sitting around or standing around smoking. So, all kinds of benefits, not just a monetary one. And if there's any question about it, still got them. They're still sealed. Haven't touched them. Actually, they've kind of gotten squished. But I use my console quite frequently, so the temptation's there, but I haven't touched them. Don't really have a desire to either. Not at all. So, I can go back in the console. I'll stick with my e-cigarette, which I'm pretty much over. And I'm going back to my house.